How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Trailhead, where today we build a gravel bike.
Check us out on other platforms.
So recently I was searching Facebook Marketplace and I found this awesome Cannondale F600 in the Delta V configuration. After research I found it was a 95. It is a really cool bike. And honestly it's in really good shape. Really, other than a chain, tubes and tires, it's good to go. I mean, it's not going to take much to get this bike going. So this could just be a quick build today. We're going to clean it up, freshen it up a little bit, and get it back on the trails. Let's get started.
So I'm working on this video, and first off, I apologize about it coming out late. Things are just getting harder with us doing foster care now and have a foster baby. So I do apologize. I just wanted to tell you thank you for watching. Make sure you do like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely. Really thank all the subscribers that I have so far. Keep on watching. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Let's remove this back wheel first. This chain is so rusted that it's basically solid. Alright. It has some really cool red and purple tires, but they're so dry rotted I won't be able to save them. Alright, next let's remove the chain. And a lot of the chains I use, I actually do save them. Even though they're, I replace them, a lot of times I keep them just because you can clean them up and still use them. But this bike, I'm not going to save the chain. This chain's going straight in the trash. It has a master link on it, but it's so rusted I'm not even going to try it. This is just much quicker. There we go. Alright, there's our chain. It's rusted onto the components. That's not too bad. And these pedals aren't in bad shape, so I'm going to throw them in the parts bin. They'll be good like cruiser pedals or pedals for a kid's bike. Not appropriate for like a gravel bike though. Alright. Alright, our last thing, let's, well, I really don't like these shifters. They're in really bad shape. So I kind of want to replace those too. So I guess we're doing a little more work than I thought I was doing. Let's get into it. Yeah, that's gross. I don't know why I'm trying to save those if they're just going to melt like that in my hand. So I'll just cut those off. I need to get a utility knife down here. Alright, just throw those away. Alright, got the grips all off, pedals off, wheels off. Now let's go ahead and clean up this bike. Just clean it with super clean, simple degreaser. Does a good job of getting all the old grime off. You gotta love these old two-tone paint jobs. My first bike was around the same era. It was like a 95 as well, or 96. And it had a pink to blue fade like this. And it just was a very 90s styling back then. to do this type of fade. Let's dive into the wheels. Alright, the wheels aren't in bad shape at all. There's a little bit of rust on here, but it's just surface rust from the chain. Tires and tubes are completely shot though, so let's pull those off first. This rubber's nasty. Huh. This tube was sealed. Huh. That's crazy. This was ran tubeless. It was it had sealing in it. That's why it was nasty. I was peeling back years and years of old sealant. I guess this is how they did it back in the old days. It isn't a sealant tape. It has this rubber strip. Let's try to clean this up a little bit. Put a little PB blaster on it. And this is already loose because I attempted to put a 10-speed on this, but I found out it was it's only a 7-speed hub, so it will not let me put a 10-speed on it even if I wanted to. So let's retighten that back up. Okay, and rust is coming right off the skier. Yeah, it looks a lot better. A little bit of grease on that skier so it won't rust up again. Always lube your skier before you slide it on in there. Otherwise it might scream. Alright, that's already looking a lot better. Didn't get it all off, but it got most of the surface rust off. Switch this to my favorite way to clean a wheel, and use a truant stand. That is pretty straight, so we don't need to do any truing on it. So, spin it and spray it. Alright, so that's the back wheel done. Let's knock out the front wheel. And tell you what, before I do that, I am going to let's put a tube and tire on this. Alright, I got these tires out of my parts bin. They're nothing fancy, but they'll get the job done. I like to put just a little bit of air in my tube. That way you can just pop it in real easy. Helps prevent the tire from folding over and causing pinch flats. Alright, that's our back tire done. Let's knock out the front tire. Real shame I couldn't save those tires because those are pretty cool. And remove this old tubeless strip. I still think that's really cool. That's how they did tubeless back in the day. I don't know how well that would work because that's not much holding it. I mean, I guess air pressure holds it, but still feel like that would cause issues. It's funny, pretty much every bike from this era you would find either a trip computer on there or just this little metal sensor on it, because everyone had these trip computers back in the day. And now, I mean, with Strava and Trail Forks and all the other apps now, it's amazing how that technology has just become obsolete. Just throw it on truing stand. See if it needs any work. And that one is perfectly straight as well. So that is good to go. We just got to clean it. So let's get that cleaned up. There we go. That's the front tire done. All right. See these tires back on the bike. Ow. All right, I have to adjust the brakes a little bit. The person I bought the bike off gave me these pedals, and they were actually really cool. They're oil slick. And they have red and purple in them, which I think it looks awesome with this bike. So definitely look cool. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Most important thing is gotta make sure the bike looks cool. If it looks good, it's going to ride good. It's a proven fact. Yeah, those look cool. Alright, put on a new KMC chain. KMC, as many chains as if I buy from y'all, you don't need to sponsor me. I think a chain's one of the easiest things you can do to a bike to make it just feel so much better and so much newer. So. And I do like the KMCs. They're really good chains. And they're pretty affordable, which is always nice. All right, there we go. The bike is all done. It wasn't too bad. We had a couple surprises. It was really cool to see what was used for tubeless back in the day. Before they used tubeless tape, it was a rubber strip. So that was cool. But we replaced the tubes, tires, new grips, new shifters, new seat, pedals, chain, reworked all the gears, reworked all the brakes, cleaned it up really good, and now it's ready for the trails. So this is a fun bike just to bring back to its former glory. I mean, these old mountain bikes are great just cruising bikes or as a gravel bike substitute, and I think this is a great bike. It's really cool having the old HeadShock. I actually did some research about these old shocks, and apparently the reason they thought this idea was because back in the day the stanchions were not strong enough, so there's too much flex in the forks, and so that's why they thought, well, we'll just make a solid fork and make the shock in the head tube itself. So that's why the head shock was invented, and as you can see, it never did more than a few years before stanchions got stronger and it became obsolete. But just a cool look at the past. This is a really cool bike. I'm going to list it for sale, so if you're interested and you're in the Northern Virginia area, check Marketplace. I'll actually have the link below if you if it's still up. I price them pretty quick because I try to price them to sell. I don't price them trying to make a lot of money on them. I just I want to get them out of here and making room for more bikes. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Check us out on other platforms